It's cracking here, buddy. Good morning. New video. So this video, I thought about making this, maybe even making this a series. I don't know. It's up to you guys. Um, but this is about correction officers, COs, incidents that happen with them directly. You know, I've got a few stories, of course, that I could tell about that. Um, but this one, this one here, I'm going to tell you about. And it has to do with, remember Kyle, our friend Kyle. Don't be a Kyle. I should make a shirt like that. Don't be a Kyle, right? Kyle the other day thinking that he would matter in prison, and that's not another shot at Kyle. That's for anyone who doesn't know how prison really works. Um, at least with the raza and the whites. You know what? I think pretty much everybody, for the most part, in California, you as an individual, um, you don't really count. But I know especially with the raza. And it was another comment where somebody had said that their Southerners sometimes will, it'll be one guy that'll go and start some shit again. One individual is put it like this. Let me tell you this story. Okay. This happened in Pelican Bay. And if I remember right, it was around 1998, 1999, something like that. No names, of course, in this one especially. Something jumped off between the raza from Southern California and the paisas, which is a rare occurrence, especially on a level 4. But something happened, right? Something jumped and happened on B facility. And everybody went to the hole and stuff. Wow. 2 dudes wind up on a yard, right? A paisa and a vato from down south, right? So the vato from down south says, he approaches who he's got to approach, and he's like, "Hey, Onzum, I know that pedo's dead, but me and him, we were both involved in it, and so I feel that it's a threat for me to be on the yard with him. So what I want to do is I wanna go heads up with him with fierros, with knives, right? I want that. You know what I mean? I need that because I'm not gonna be on the yard with somebody like that, that I got into it with." So it was, all right. They told him, all right, give me a second. They went and got at the paisa that they had to talk to and said, "Hey, look, the camarada right here was involved in that thing. We want to keep it isolated and between these two." And the paisa said, "Yeah." So the paisa was like, "Yeah, we'll give the paisa a fierro, or a knife, and they can meet. Where do you want them to meet? Meet right there. Boom." They designated a piece of the yard for these guys to meet. These vatos went back and told the vato from down south, "Hey, it's going down. You know, do you need a strap?" He's like, "Nah, I got one. I got mine. Does he have his?" And see, they gave him one. All right, and they told him, "Meet, boom." You know what I mean? Certain spot on the yard. So the paisa starts walking from where he's at towards that spot on the yard. The vato from down south starts walking in the same spot, right? It's gonna go down. This is how men handle things in there, right? If it's serious enough to where uh, bullets are gonna start flying, the knives are gonna start flying too, right? There's gonna be some holes punched in some people, and as they're getting closer to the spot, the paisa is woofing. "Come on, motherfucker, we're gonna see now." The vato from down south is like, yeah, all right. Just keeps going towards him. As they got closer and closer, um, two COs just happen to be walking, right? They don't know what's going on. They can pass. The thing can still happen, right? But I guess the paisa thought this is all just a game. You know, we're not really. I think that was had to been what was going on in his head, that, we're playing chicken, you know, and I'm gonna make this chicano, this plástico, um, I'm gonna make him bow down. But as they were getting closer and closer, he realized, hold up, this dude's serious. So the paisa turned to run, and as he turned to run, the vato from down south pulled his knife out, right? And when he pulled his knife out and started running towards him, the two COs spun around, saw the knives, and were like, get down. And the vato from down south started stabbing the CO. Because there's a thing in there where, you don't want to get caught with a knife unless you're using the knife, you know. So this vato starts stabbing up the cop, boom, boom, boom. And they put the yard down. The paisa had ran off to safety, and he's laying on the ground. He probably got rid of his strap. Who knows? I don't know that part. Cause see, I was in the hole. I was in the shoe when all this occurred. But that guy from down south landed in the pod next to me in C11, right? And this is why I knew, and I know the details of everything that happened. Now, one thing that I will always give blacks credit for, and CDC, the California Department of Corrections, is they have a history of getting off on cops, especially the East Coast. Shout out to the East Coast. The East Coast, them dudes, what they did in Calipatria is history. They ran up in that program office and they did their thing. But again, with raza, it's a whole different thing. You can't just well, let me finish the story. So the vato stabs up the cop, boom, goes to the hole. From the hole, he goes to the shoe, winds up in C11 with us. And he's in some trouble. Because you can't just run around whacking juras. As a raza, you can't. Because the heat falls on something greater than the individual. It falls on the legends. You guys know when I talk about legends what I'm talking about. When one dude does something on his own, decides to whack a jura, they send heavy motherfuckers at the legends. And so when this guy got to the back, he was questioned by one of the legends. Why did you do that? What happened? And he ran down the whole thing, this is, the vato took over. And the legend said, but why did you hit the jura? What did they do? Did they disrespect you? And he was like, oh, I didn't want to lose my, I didn't want to fucking just get caught with a pedazo. They already saw it in my hand. And he was like, listen, when the paisa ran, the situation was over. And what you chose to do was create another situation, a bigger situation for them. Not him, but for them. And he was like, you got to understand that what you do affects bigger things, And the guy wound up getting a pass, right? He got lucky. He landed somewhere with a very understanding individual. that saw potential in this youngster. And I say youngster because we were about the same age at the time. In comparison with this legend, we were youngsters, right? But he saw potential in him, saw his heart. The fact that he was willing to meet that vato on that spot that they had designated, go at it with fierros, knowing that bullets were gonna come next. That says a lot about a man. A lot of people talk the talk, but when it comes down to, hey, let's meet up, a lot of times it's like, hold up, it ain't that serious, because it's not. A lot of times it's ego. But anyways, that's just a glimpse into the reality of no one man gets to go in there and just punch on whoever they want, stab on whoever they want without repercussions. In prison, you are a small part of a huge thing, whether you like it or not. I have other stories, man. Like, there's gonna be people in the comments that talk about, the haters, how, what, Mexicans don't go after COs, blacks stay going after them because they're the oppressors and this and that. And that's fine to have that opinion, but if you look at why Green Wall was formed, the correctional officer gang, you'll see why they had to form, who they went at, who had a riot with them. It was actually the Southerners and the COs that had a riot in Salinas Valley. And when it was done, the COs knew they fucked up and they had to form something to protect themselves. And they formed the Green Wall. But at the end of the day, when you fuck with a cop in there, prison's bad enough, man. You fuck with a cop, it's a whole nother level, you know. But like I said, I got a couple more CO stories I could tell. If you're interested, leave it in the comments, and we'll see. Can I make it like a 3-part series? Who knows? We'll see. But my boss is here. I gotta go in. You guys take care. Be smart. Be safe. And don't forget, tell the ones you love that you love them, right? I'm out.